Let us start our discussion on economics. First, we can study see why the people needs and goods and services. Actually, everybody wants goods and services. Whenever if the person is living on the earth, everybody wants. Without goods and services, nobody is alive in this earth. Because, for example, without food, nobody can alive. Without water, nobody can alive. In the sense, what the goods and services are very important. It may be a food. Some are basic, very urgently. Some are you can classify based on them. They are comfortable, luxurious goods like that. But basic goods and services, maybe we can say that no person, all resources need for the life. Everybody wants goods and services. But who will going to produce those goods and services? Okay, we want food, we want cloth, but in order to satisfy our wants, somebody will give. Otherwise, we cannot prepare our own self, isn't it? We are going to someone should produce those due goods, but no one cannot get all those goods on itself. What we can do for that? They are going to produce, for example, the farmer will going to produce the crops and using the land and labor, weavers produce the cloth. One or two examples like that. There are different products in the earth. They will going to produce by different category of the people. The teacher produces education services. The resource, but if see what happens, in order to produce the goods and services, whatever the resources are required are limited. See what a beautiful idea. See, everybody, people on this earth wants goods and services. Some are basic and some are luxurious, some are comfortable, whatever it may be. But in order to produce goods and services, the whatever the resources are limited. That is the reason why economics is coming into the picture. Scarce compared to the woman wants. As we produce so much of this of quantity of required quantity is there, but supply is less. Suppose in case of India, these are the pulses requirement. Can you produce that of much of pulses in the India? No, can you? So we need to import some goods and services. Why? Because we cannot produce. What is the limited? It may be land is there, and so many factors which will going to become limit for that, limiting those productions. Okay, that is the reason only the people must take choices between make the choices to limited. One need must may be satisfied by sacrificing the another, because we cannot satisfy all the goods. See, you cannot satisfy all the wants, I can say. If one can satisfy all the wants, then there is no economic activity in this. I mean, there is no economic activity. I mean, he will get everything what he want without any economic activity. If we nobody will work for the people, why we are going, actually we are going to doing economic activity for getting something here from the others, because we cannot produce. If I produce everything in my own hand, what I should go to the field, and I cannot create all those things on my own hand. I need to depend upon the other for so many goods and services. See, if I want to take food, want, for example, I want food here. Try to understand, I want food, but I cannot I can, is it possible to produce everything on my food on my own hand? Not. I can depend upon the others, but they will not give directly. What they will do, you have to give some service to other, then you can get. For example, teachers will giving education to the people, children's, in that they pay the salary. By that salary they can buy the goods and services from the society. They, in that way they are cooperative. Everybody is, this is the economy. See, what is actually going on, this is the thing. In this thing, if someone not doing any economic activity, you will not getting any service. This is the actually fact. This is what actually doing here. They will not get anything. Simply here and there searching the jobs, and if you not get, definitely not only jobs means, not only I can say that in private company, whatever the economic activity, he should able to create a service, or he able to create a goods which is required by the other people in the society. Then only he can survive. He can, I can say that he can, this is the actually whatever this, okay, this is what I can say, that resources are limited because of the resources. Because why these resources are limited? Because of the resources, land is limited. Whatever this, see, if I want to produce this much of quantity of something, whatever the resources are required for that, is it sufficient? No. Simple example, I want to produce, I can say that 1,000 cars in a month, if I want to produce. But whatever the resources, if I can able to produce 1,000 cars, but if I increase my capability, is it, if it is possible, I can produce 1 crore cars in 1 month. But why? Because of the limited resources, I can, this is my capability, like that we are doing. Not only you can say that food, this is the agriculture crops, this is the land is limited, I can produce this much within this cultivable land only I can produce. I cannot go out of that. This is the land is limited here, limited resources, and whatever the seeds, fertilizers, these are limited quantity. I cannot. These are the things why this is the limited resources. Every person contributes to the society through production. As I told you, every person contributes to the society through production. The production should be match the society needs. Means we want to produce. We should participate the society need. He should involve in the society needs. Otherwise, he cannot be get anything, and this is the problem. The allocation, the resources are limited. We should allocate these resources in such a way that we should get what we can say that effective, allocated properly. The resources should be allocated properly, not to get good returns. I can say that outcome. You can allocate the resources. You have to make a proper decision in allocation of the resources. If you make a wrong decision, you may get goods, you may get production, but are not up to the mark. See, there may be a scope within that limited resources. We can produce this much of quantity of goods, but if you make a not allocate the process, so you cannot use the complete capability of your with that resources. Like that we can use the, that is the thing I want to say is that, see, after these produced goods, the goods and services must be distributed among the people, definitely. And the allocation and distribution are the measure to whom I can produce. This is the problem. Once I produce the goods, I can produce the goods with my capability, but to whom I can, how can I distribute? If I distribute wrongly, I cannot get benefit. See, what I want to say is that, if, see, I'm not producing goods not purely on the interest of the other. In the direct interest is how to get some, how to satisfy some I can say that, satisfy some wants. That is the more basic reason behind that. In order to be, because of that reason we are going to producing some goods and distribution. Once some, if I produce the goods, to whom I distribute to get benefit, that is the problem. Means who are my consumers, that is the reason. In the sense that who are my consumer means, in, I should think in such a way that I should get benefit, so that their what there, if I make modification in such a way that they become more, I can say that, pay for that in such a way that, these are the distribution things. Totally, the scarcity is the basic problem of every economy. See, scarcity, if the resources are not limited, I can say that everybody produce whatever the other society needs in scarcity of this, in without scarcity, in without limitations, all those things. If you get everything without limitations, then there is no problem of, I can say, then there is no problem, then there is no make use of, there is no nothing to make decisions. See, whatever, because of the limitations is there, that is what we have to, without, in such a way that we should think what, how these resources are, should be used properly, and choices are necessary due to limited resources, like this. And this is are the things I can say. Okay.